Well, hello.
Howdy, everybody. How you doing today?
I almost slid into our Maggie and Well, hello there.
Hi.
Good evening, good afternoon. Hey, I'm Tara,
I'm Natalie.
and we are making our very first feature film, and this is a podcast about us making that very first feature film. Uh, the film's called Turns Out It's the Apocalypse.
We
We
think.
uh we
We
think,
keep
oh my
leaving off
God,
the we
there's so many
think.
words. I know, because in my mind it's like on the below part, and so
Yeah.
therefore,
It's all
um,
one title.
and I don't always write it all. And then some of the
It's
film
official.
festivals we're in, it's just the turns out part. It's a lot. Pick a title
Yeah.
that is easy to remember later, and then when you change it, change it with intention.
hmm
So yes, we are making our first feature film. This podcast we decided we had to do to help ourselves do the homework of learning everything that we need to learn to make said feature film. So far, it's been amazingly educational. We have learned so much.
Yeah. I don't know if I've learned anything so much as I am just now overwhelmed with information.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair because making a feature film it's a lot. It's a
It's
lot. And
overwhelming.
fun fact, it takes a long time. We are now really learning like it takes uh forever,
It takes
forever.
at least 25 episodes.
Which would be 25 weeks.
Uh,
Wait, 26. I think we've taken a break there, here and there.
hmm
Before we dive into that, I first want to say, everybody who's live on our YouTube channel, there's this amazing button called a super chat, which gives you the ability to give us little bits of money. And we put all those little bits of money into an account that's going to help us make this feature film. So if you're watching live on YouTube and you want to be a part of helping us make the movie in small incremental ways, that's a great way to do it. Big thanks to our very first investor. We talked about this last week. I'm going to do it one more time because it is a big freaking deal in my heart
hmm
and
hmm
soul. Shannon West is our very first investor, like official email. There's going to be documents. There's going to be a deck going out to her she can see what we're going to be doing with the money. Shannon West,
hmm
thank you so much for financially backing us and financially giving us your confidence that we can do this. That it meant so much. The flutter of emailing and texting that happened after we received your email and read it was a lot. Everybody was a Twitter. You just need to know on our end. You may have heard silence. In our world, there was screaming in my house. It was very exciting. Congratulations. Emails flurried back and forth between us and Evening Squire, our co-producing company. It was very fun. So if you want to be a part of that, if you have the
Just some
means,
extra scratch lying
some
around that you
extra
just have nowhere
scratch,
to put it. You're like, I could buy an ATV, a used
or
ATV, or I could help Natalie and Tara make a movie. We're
yes,
in. We're there for that.
all the different increments are accepted. All the information for that kind of stuff is below in our description box. If you're here with us live on YouTube, we are reachable. If you're listening to this podcast, we are
hmm
findable and reachable. We would love the support. We got some breaking news this
We
week.
do. We
Very
do.
exciting. We are nominated for the Austin Under the Stars Film Festival script competition. Genre script, right? Am I getting all
Yeah,
those
so
words
that's
right?
yeah. I'm laughing because I thought you were going to say an Oscar, like you said,
We're nominated for an
and I was like,
Oscar.
wow, already.
Yeah, it
Um,
happened. It's
yeah,
done.
we're manifesting that. No,
Yeah.
yes, Austin Under the Stars. The script is nominated for best genre feature length script. That's horror, comedy, sci-fi all clumped
All
together.
rolled into one amazing ball, which is really exciting. Like
Heck
every time
yeah.
you and I get into a script competition or a film festival for the script or a nomination, like it is mind blowing to me because it's our
Yeah.
first feature film and we worked so hard on learning how to write a
And it's
feature.
kind of our first script we've ever submitted to, because
Truly. Yeah.
we did submit this one when it was an episodic. We submitted the
Mhm.
pilot, but other than that, we haven't done any of that. So
No, we just feel it makes us feel makes
we're
me feel
just
like
jumping
we
to
know
the
what we're
front of the
doing.
line. Heck
Just like
yeah.
we worked hard. We worked hard on this. Like we worked harder on this
Mm-hmm.
script than I think we've worked on any other thing before for years. So we
Yeah.
definitely
The rest of my life has
yeah.
not been worked on this hard. I don't spend this much time on anything.
On an oh God,
This
the rest
this
of my
script and
life
I
could
is
use
my
it.
longest relationship. Just kidding.
Oh my
But
God. That's not true, but that's very funny. If you want to hear a portion of this script and are in the LA area, we are actually also in the Broad Humor Film Festival. There's gonna be a script table read happening on Friday at 6 p.m. If you want more information on that, find us on Instagram. I'm posting about it constantly. I'll be there, so say hi. And we're gonna be reading, I think, like 10 pages of the script. Not us though. Somebody else is gonna be reading our roles, which is gonna be
which is weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
We've only ever read it
We
for
wrote
each
it for
other.
ourselves. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's only ever been our voices.
I've never heard anybody else read my character. I'm gonna
Mm-mm.
kill her. If she's better than I'm gonna kill her. Just kidding. I don't care. No, I'm gonna
Okay.
film it though.
Because no one's gonna recast you, Tara, because it's us making it.
You
So
don't
have to
know that.
worry.
You don't know that, Natalie. You could be like, you know what? I could send you this recording. You're like, you know what? I'm
Ooh, I
recasting.
like her.
I like her. I'm just gonna replace you in life
Yeah.
with her. So I went to touch my collar,
What's
but
the
the
worst that
collar
could
of my
happen?
shirt. I was mirroring you and I touched the collar of my shirt and I was like, don't touch that. That's where your mic is. Like, no, Tara,
No, it's
you're
not.
doing a podcast.
No.
Hilariously. This
Okay.
is a podcast. Anyways, all right. That is all of our exciting and fun news coming up for the script. We are going to dive in. We've been talking a lot about casting lately.
Yep.
Specifically, the episodes we've had the last couple have been about marquee casting, which is where you cast somebody of note, of name or something in a role, and it's not just like a bid for attention. It's like genuinely the right role for the right person, but your film is a smaller film and it's offering them an opportunity maybe to play something they never played before, and that can help your film get funding, go to festivals, all that good stuff. That's not what we decided to do. We know that's a thing you might
Yeah.
want to consider and do to help get your project out there, more eyeballs on it. We didn't do that.
I would recast you with Aubrey Plaza.
Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. Cool. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give her a call. I mean, like it is a good idea to do these things.
Yeah.
But that's not always what's going on here.
No,
Honestly, financially speaking, we're the cheapest option.
it's true.
The cheapest
You
option.
don't have to pay us.
No,
No.
not a
I'm
dime.
I'll do it for free.
But because we're casting ourselves, we've been really thinking like, are we insane? Is this just a terrible idea? Like, we really need to bring someone on the show who's been where we want to go, who's done what we want to do, and has put themselves in the lead role of their own feature film. And we were like, how are we going to find this person? We don't know anybody. Guys, we found somebody.
We found somebody.
We said, I keep telling you guys to share this podcast so that we can
Yeah.
find more people. Now that's not how this went down, but we found somebody. We were at the Waco Independent Film Festival. I think we just tell this hilarious story of how we found this.
So Chris is going to have to wait in the background a little bit longer because this is a long story about how we
Yeah.
ended up at watching his screening.
Worth it though.
So we have today we're going to have on Chris Allen Evans. Chris is the writer and the lead and a producer on a movie, a thriller musical called Peeping Todd. Now, what happened here, how we ended up even seeing this was Obit, which I am in, played at Dances with Films. And at the same time that we were promoting Obit playing at Dances with Films, we were promoting that it was playing at Waco. And
Yeah.
somehow Peeping Todd's social media, whoever that person is, decided to friend me. Just me. And I was like, oh, what is this? Who is this? Why are they? Who are they? I did the whole, like, do I know anybody in this? Didn't know a single person. However, I did watch their trailer from that. And it is a horror comedy musical. It is and the trailer is just the first opening number. And I watched it, thought it was hysterical. However, you never know if that's the one off. That's just,
Right.
that's the funny part of the entire movie. Here, come see, now sit through a feature. So Tara, Toby, and I are sitting around trying to figure out what we're going to do that evening. And we don't normally go see features because if they're bad, you're sitting through a bad feature. And that is,
Oh
not,
God,
not
yeah,
fun.
it's hard. Yeah.
So I said, we were like talking about seeing something else. And I go, well, guys, I did see this trailer for this thing. And I tried to explain to them, I'm like, it's a stalker and he's singing. And then there's this whole window sequence where they're dancing together. And they're both like, okay, sure, let's go. We'll sit in the back, we can walk out. I think it was actually the conversation. We'll sit in the back so we can sneak out if it's bad. So we go to the screening, and first of all, this short film that opened before them, it was called For Pete's Sake.
Yes.
And it was hysterical. So Monty
so good.
Python,
Yeah.
so absurdist, fantastic. The evening started out phenomenal. We started watching this, and at 2 or 3 different points during the movie Peeping Todd, we each turned to each other and said, "This was the best idea we've ever made.
We made such
This
good choices.
film is so phenomenal. It
Yes.
is, and it isn't that it's not one joke. It's not.
No.
It's every time you think it can't get better, it gets better. Anyway, so then Tara approached and said, "Hey, we got a podcast. You want to be on
Yeah.
it?" And I don't know why Chris said yes, but here he is
Yeah.
backstage sitting there with his dog. You guys can't see it. I can.
Yeah, during the Q&A, they mentioned the who everybody was. I was like, oh, I gotta talk to that guy. Like, I beelined to the front of that Q&A and grabbed that man and was like, listen, you don't know me. I think we met right before, like in the coffee
Coffee shop line.
coffee shop line, the filmmaker area. We were all hanging out at the filmmaker, and we were both buying coffee. And I think I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to your screening. So I felt a little more comfortable because I had a 2-second interaction with this man. So I was like, but I grabbed him. I was like, listen, you don't know me, but I need you on my podcast. And I'm sure he was terrified of me.
And I'm sure he didn't say, "Oh, you have a podcast," because everyone has a podcast.
Everyone,
So
you
yeah.
have a podcast? Yeah.
You just assume everyone that you meet at one of these has a podcast.
Oh yeah, but seriously, this movie is so much fun. It is a cult classic in the making. I think it's going to do so well at the film festival stuff. When we get done with this, we're going to tell you how to go find it, because you need to check it out. It's really good. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and bring Chris in the room, even though he's got a dog in his lap. I was going to try and stall for him, but hey,
No.
whatever. Do it live.
The dog's on the channel now too.
Welcome.
Hey.
Oh, you podcast folks can't see us, but there is a literal dog standing in Chris's lap right now. It's adorable.
This is Jackson. He's getting hair everywhere.
Oh, hi, Jackson.
Jackson.
Get him, boy. Good boy.
I always have to ask, what kind of dog is Jackson?
We think he's Australian cattle hound, but he's
Oh.
definitely mixed, and he's definitely shed.
Yeah.
I had some pie here. Now it's got hair all over.
Ew.
I wonder what Jackson wanted. I think it was the pie.
I think it was the pie. Well, thanks
All
for
right.
the glowing review of Peeping Todd. We were
Oh, it's so
happy
good.
to
It's
have
so
you
good.
there in Waco, and I think you sat right behind me. So I'm glad you didn't have to sneak out early in the film.
That's your only other option sometimes with features. I can't do it. I feel so bad. I have to, like, no, we're stuck. We're staying here and watching this. They're never gonna know. No, it was such a
It
fun,
was so good.
fun ride is the best way I can explain it. Like, it's just
Yeah.
my
So Chris,
face.
wait, introduce
Good.
yourself to the audience of like
Yes.
what your background is, your bio, like how because we don't know you from
don't know you, sir.
We don't know you from Jackson. So like
Well, I was going to just read the introductory monologue from Sam Elliott on The Big Lebowski when he's introducing the dude. I felt like that would tell you everything you needed to know
Everything.
about me. But in lieu of doing a monologue, I guess I'll tell you. I live in Louisiana and in Shreveport, which is kind of like the opposite side of the state where the real film community sort of, has always been for the longest time in Louisiana. New Orleans has been the sort of film society, and we're literally on the opposite side of the state. But we just have such a great film community that's been built over the last 12 years here in town that I want to sing their praises. But I was a radio broadcaster for the first 15 years of my professional career, and just never chased that movie making dream that I'd always had as a kid. And I just sort of got tired of the radio career and decided to make the change. And so for the last 9 years, I've been building this independent filmmaking, career here in Shreveport, Louisiana. I've been lucky to find a tribe of folks that, we make films together. You guys just saw Peeping Todd in Waco a couple months ago, and this is the second feature that I've been able to produce. And I was so happy to see that y'all are doing a podcast like this, where you're literally talking to people who have done what you're trying to do, what you're efforting to do. I think that's such a smart way to sort of not only grow your network, but also learn best practices, for making your feature film. And with both of these, it's kind of interesting that y'all were talking about casting. With the first film that I was lucky enough to be a producer on, we went that route of hiring names to be able to secure funding, and long story short, it was like, it's going on an 8-year process now of, that film's finally out in the world, but it was a long process to get to that point.
Oh.
With Peeping Todd, we did the opposite. It's all names you've never heard of. And we literally finished shooting that just over a year ago, and it's already in the festival circuit. So I don't know if that's a, easy 2 + 2 = 4, that you can get your movie out faster when you're doing it rather than hiring names. I don't know that that's necessarily true, but I experienced both routes of getting there.
Fantastic. Well, that's you are specifically the person we want to talk to then. 'Cause I want to make myself feel better for making this crazy choice for casting ourselves. Before we dive in too deep, will you please give the audience a better synopsis about what Peeping Todd is about, just to make sure we cover all of the bases on that?
Yeah. I'll read the log line here. So Peeping Todd. When his peeping passions become compromised, a lonely stalker must dance around an aggressive HOA and a jealous boyfriend in order to sing his way into his victim's heart.
Absolutely. This film is so damn funny.
Oh my God, it's so ridiculous.
It's raunchy, and so raunchy's not normally my style. Like I only like blue humor if it's smart, if you've earned the right to make those jokes. And there's so many of these that even if they pushed the envelope a little bit further than I would normally go, I still was like, yeah, but you earned it. Like, I mean, South Park can go blue, goes raunchy. However, like, I love South Park, but they earn every joke that they have, as you guys did. That was phenomenal.
Oh my God. The synopsis is even ridiculous. Like both podcasters, you cannot see this. Natalie and I both lost it just in the first 3 words of that synopsis. It's such a great example of a great synopsis that really brings out the heart of it too, as well, because so often you could write, a peeping Todd is a peeping man who watches this woman, blah, da, 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 da. But no, peeping passions, I'm sorry. That's phenomenal word choice. That's really well done.
That's really, that's hard to do. That's hard to get comedy through in your log line. It's hard to get anything through in your log line, but to actually get people to go, wait a minute. Oh, this this sentence is funny. This whole thing could be funny. Yeah.
This peeping passions. Oh, so good.
So why did you write a musical? Like, I'm going off topic already. Like, how did that happen?
I think the best way to get into that is to give you the beginning origins of this crazy idea.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it started on a night that the director and co-writer, Josh Munns, he and I and his wife and a couple other filmmakers who live in town, we just decided to get together and go ghost hunting one night. So we finished
ghost hunting.
Oh, are we best friends? I think we're best friends.
So we just finished a night of ghost hunting, and we were talking about Josh and I had done a short film the year prior, and it had earned a grant, and we had about 6 more months left before that grant expired. And he didn't want to do anything. He didn't have anything. It was a small grant, like $3,000, but still, when you're making a short film, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, look, like we're literally on our way home from the ghost town. I said, well, if I give you an idea, why not just do, if you're not going to use it, just make the worst thing you can make. Like, just do whatever you can make to spend the $3,000. Let's make the worst idea. He's like, what's the worst idea? You know, I was like, and like almost immediately, you guys, I was like, what if we did like a Disney style stalker who sings and dances while he peeps on his victims, but it's all like presented like Disney style, like really
Yeah.
beautiful and a musical. And like we laughed for about the next 5 miles. Like we couldn't catch our breath just off the idea. And I thought, like literally after the car ride, I thought, well, that, we're not doing that. Like his wife said, there's this film festival that we all take part in here in our hometown. And like literally his wife goes, so you guys want to be like the pervert musical guys at the film festival? Everybody's going to know you. You're going to just go out in public like that? And I think that's what really pushed
Sold it.
Josh. Like, I'm not kidding you. Within 2 days, he called me and he had the first song written, a whole demo recorded.
No.
Yeah. So we did 3 songs for this short film, and we made that short film, and it was a huge hit. Like people just had never seen anything like it. Now we didn't get into a bunch of festivals, as you can imagine. Like it's a little bit niche. Can I use the word niche?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
You got to find your people.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Find your people. Yeah.
Exactly. Which I think is something smart for, us new independent filmmakers is like, we don't need to be making the broad appeal movies. We need to be making niche movies, that can find their group of people. At least that's how I feel. So anyways, we made the short film and we thought it did well and it was so fun. And I had introduced Josh to a producer and cinematographer friend of mine who shot the short film, and it was the most fun he'd ever had on a film. So about a year after that short film was done, he came back and approached us with another producer and said, look, how about we do a feature film of Peeping Todd? Like, we'll help you if you guys write it. And we had no plans at that point. But like they were too good of producers to pass up the opportunity to work with them. So Josh and I we immediately started writing. We went from that meeting to having the full feature with all the songs in 3 months.
Oh, go F yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Sometimes-
That's just rude.
Yeah, that's rude.
Now,
Don't be so talented.
we worked all day. Like it was literally all day for 3 months.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would wake
Wow.
up and I would write in the morning. Like I would wake up at 8 a.m. and I would start writing. I wouldn't even brush my teeth. I'd start writing. And all of a sudden 2 hours would go by and I'd have 6 pages. I'd send it to him. He'd wake up at 2 p.m. and then he'd write new pages at night. And I'd wake up in the morning and I'd have new and we did this, back and forth. And that's part of how we were able to get it done so quickly. But also it was like sometimes inspiration hits and it just
Yeah.
it just comes
Absolutely.
out of you.
Well, yeah, we were just talking off topic, but Tara and I, there was something that we're trying to work on right now, and like we don't have time to work on it. But you're like, but if this happened, I was like, well, then we'd figure it out. You figure out how to write it. You find the time. You know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
the
work-
right pieces.
You got
If a producer came and said, "Hey, we want to make that," we'd be like, "Okay, let's
we'll finish writing
let's
it."
clear the schedule.
Yeah.
We'll do it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with
Wow.
a musical, it was like, nobody should just be like, let's write a musical right now, and then have great songs in 3 months. But Josh just happened to really just like, he was sort of working on some other music that he was doing at the time. So I think he
Okay.
was kind of like tuned in, he was like tuned up.
In the mode.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was in his music mode. So
Yeah.
the songs were the first thing that we finished. We wrote,
Oh.
the songs were
Wow.
the very first thing. There's only if you really pay attention, there's only a couple of the songs that like really are story movers. Most of the music is just fun, but in the going back process through writing, we did end up having to change some lyrics here in the songs. We need to, have this be the plot needs to move along right here.
Yeah, I would actually, if you think about it, I think a lot of your songs are buttons on the scenes that were right before them. Like they are so they aren't necessarily moving the script along. Some of
Yeah.
them
Right.
do, but like they're a commentary on the thing, on the moment
They're
that
more
just
the
happened.
Yeah.
So
the
yeah,
emotional
okay.
exploration through song. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna explore my feelings about peeping
Yeah.
while I sing about them to you.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I think you
Everyone
learn
needs
a
to
lot.
see this.
I think you learn a lot about the characters when they break into
Yeah.
song, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's character
Yeah.
development
Totally. Yeah.
through interpretive
Amazing.
dance.
Oh my God. Do you may not know the answer to this, but what made the producers go, you know what, we need a feature version of this? Like what made them say that?
You know, I think it's a couple of things. One, we really had a great time on the short film, and I think they
Okay.
just wanted those two producers wanted to have another fun set experience was part of it. Two, I think we were just lucky, like they had a hole in their schedule, for like that summer. And
Uh-huh.
if we were able to get a script written, we were going to be able to shoot that summer. And so,
Okay.
that
Wow.
it was just sort of serendipitous in that way.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I think that does speak to the thing that we always say about investors and producers and stuff like that. Like, they want to be a part of the fun and like making it fun. Like, that really speaks to that. Like, make it fun for your investors to be a part of this, and like they'll want to be a part of it. Or your producers, same story.
Absolutely.
So, okay, you mentioned that you had a project where you did the traditional, let's go find some names for this one. Um, and you did the short version. So I feel like I'm gonna make the leap in logic, but I'm gonna ask you anyways. Like when it was came time to deciding who was gonna play your role of Todd, the Peeper, was there ever a thought of like casting somebody else, or was it always gonna be you playing that lead role?
I mean, long story short, there was never another thought of
Okay.
casting somebody else. One, when was just going to do the short film, like nobody wanted to play a
Yeah.
singing pervert.
Peep.
Like, just nobody wanted that role. Not that we casted for it. Or
See,
sent
I think that's different though. We were talking about it. I think because it's a musical, like you could have gotten Broadway people who are trying to make the leap. Like you could have
Mm-hmm.
there are people, I know, maybe not in Shreveport. However, like, but I think
maybe.
but there are people who are just trying to make that jump from stage to film, and I think you could have gotten someone else. I don't think you should have. I think you
No.
were fantastic.
Well, thank you.
However, like I think you're wrong to think that you couldn't have gotten someone.
I think you're right. When we did the feature, we did cast the female lead,
Hmm.
and what we learned was like, wow, there's a lot of really talented, amazing actors who can play this role, and once they read musical and the raunchiness and the sort of sophomore humor in it, they were like, some of them were like, this is for me. This
Oh,
is
I would have done it
Yeah.
I would have paid to be in it. I'm sad it's already been made because now there's no way I can ever be in this. But the sequel, can I be in the sequel?
absolutely 100%.
Was it Peeping Todd get peepier? Like, what's it-
I think the sequel is like he's learned his lessons, he's paid his debt to society, and now someone's stalking him. I think that's
you go.
oh, he's gonna learn the lesson through actual experience.
There you go.
Deep, deep. We're really saying things now. Oh my God, it's so funny. So when it came time to like the other feature, you'd mentioned that like the casting the name kind of slowed things down. You probably can't tell us much about that, but like what happened? Like what's the slowdown part? Like my mind can't compute the
Well,
change, the
I mean,
difference.
I can tell you, the sort of repeatable parts of that any filmmaker can do. It wasn't necessarily a unique idea that we had, but it worked for us. First was just through one of our producers just had a contact through this actor, just from being in acting school with him at Los Angeles. Thought he would do well in the lead role. Again, it was something we'd made a short film for, so we were able to show actors like, hey, look, here's this double role where you play the villain and the hero,
Ooh.
and so we cast Logan. Now, this fellow's named Logan Donovan. He's an actor. The movie is called The Twin, which is out now on Shudder and all of the streaming platforms. Logan Donovan was married at the time to another actress. Now, I don't know if our producer was like, here's my plan. I'll hire this actor, and he's married to another great actor, and that's how we'll get this other great actor. I don't know that he thought about that, but that's what happened. So his actress, his wife, who was a name, you know, she was on True Blood and some other stuff, attached herself. Now, once we had both of them attached, another mutual friend of theirs got attached. And I
Okay.
think this is something that happens, right? Like friends want to make movies with their
Yeah.
friends, right? If
Oh
they
yeah,
can.
always. Yeah.
And so now we had like 3 names attached, and our first investor came in, 80% of the budget, and then the rest of the budget we were able to get, you know. So it was really like those were the order of dominoes. Now the reason it took so long was investors that we had on the line prior to, you know, the investors that ended up being the folks that helped us produce the film had different things fall through. So it was also working
Okay.
on the script for all these years. You know, the script didn't earn any awards until 2021, and that was like 5 years into writing on it at that point. So I love what you guys are doing with submitting your script to different script competitions, because, you know, if it wins the award at the right one, I think, you know, the right person can take notice, and that can help you get funding or
Well,
whatever.
I just want you not to get it twisted. This is like 6 years into writing the script. So
Oh gosh, yeah. We've been
so
writing it for a
we're
long
about
time.
the same place there.
Yeah, well, good. I mean, like that's what it takes, like working and
Yeah.
reiterating and, you know, making it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you did have that classic experience that you always hear about, like we got these names and because of these names we got this funding. Like it was a direct this therefore that
Exactly.
situation. Oh my God, okay. Because I was starting to think that that was something I made up. or like we all have these adages in the film festival, like you got to do this to do this, and like so far in our on camera and off camera conversations, that necessarily investment coming in because of casting hasn't really necessarily been the math.
Yeah. I mean, I still think there's a personal connection that goes into it. It's not going to be like, hey, we got Aubrey Plaza and now all the money's going to start rolling in.
Right.
But you still
Right.
have to ask for it, you know, from people.
You still gotta hustle.
I've run into anytime I've been in a pitch this movie situation, I have to it's like 3 sentences later that I have to go, oh no, we're playing the leads, and they go, oh,
Yeah.
the person's interested in like, oh, we could make that could be fun, that yeah, let's, and then they're like, and their brains are going to Aubrey Plaza and
Yep.
whomever, you know, and then I go, no, but we're playing the leads, and they go, okay. And then you watch their wallet shrivel up into a raisin.
Yeah.
Their interest level dives.
I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm good, just so you know. Big mistake, huge.
Huge mistake, huge. Yeah, but it is nice to hear that that's like it's not a fruitless task of trying to find a name person, because that's something I, you know, in the future I've contemplated myself for other things, finding names for this thing.
Well, the next script we're talking about writing, we've already decided we're not putting ourselves in the lead role of it.
No.
Like, not that we couldn't play the lead. We're going to write it so that it's not us. Because
yeah.
because if we write it for us, then we're going to want to do it. So we'll
Okay.
write these younger versions of us, and some other women can play those roles.
Yeah. We're gonna Tina Fey the next one,
and
where
we'll-
we're gonna
yeah,
be like
and we'll write
a
ourselves in
smaller
some
role.
other smalls.
Yeah. We have a different plan on the next one. We're learning our lessons.
Yeah.
So in looking through your IMDb, the little bit of research we let ourselves do, because we do try to come at these interviews not knowing as much, it seems like this was the first lead in a feature that you've ever done before. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What was that like, having been, you're the writer, you're producer, you're the lead, like what was that experience like, taking on that many hats?
Yeah. I mean, it's a great question. Like this is like, I think what we really should be talking about. And I can like break it down as this most simple I could say. It was like all the work for the performance was done before we got on set. Like I left for the performance. I left nothing out there that I wasn't already confident in. You know, I had some improvs already worked out, you know, that I was going to be doing,
Yeah.
but all of that work, the choreography, you know, the lip syncing, the lines, all that work prior to getting on set. So that when we were on set, if there was anything producerial that I needed to do, it wasn't going to distract me from my preparation that I'd already,
Mm.
done for set. And I will say, like, it ended up being more work than I anticipated. For like, lip syncing is not the easiest thing, and I
It's
wish,
hard.
yeah, I wish I'd have spent more time on that. For whatever reason, I probably needed more time practicing the lip syncing.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
But by the time I showed up on set, anytime there was a conversation that needed to happen on the producer side, we sort of had within our producing team someone who was designated to be the on-set producer if they needed to leave or go
Yeah.
do something like that. The director and I were the writers, so we were often, in consultation with each other before a scene, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we might have to like disseminate information on a change we made, prior to the scene. But if you have a great working team, like those things, become easier. I'd say if we were working with a team that we weren't already very familiar with, and things would have been much harder for me as a producer, me as a performer, also our director. But because we had this shorthand with this group of folks that we'd worked with so many times, it just made everything a little easier.
Mm.
Tara and I have the exact opposite experience with producing, writing, and starring in things that we've done. We always are acting as the thing that gets neglected because
Yeah.
you're all because you go, I can do it on set. I memorized, but I didn't sleep, and I'm not ready.
Yeah.
And because we've often in our short films all costume. Tara's producing, we wrote it, and then we're not directing, but you're up all night ironing costumes now, and if I was more prepared as the actor when I got onto set, it wouldn't have been such a big deal that I'd been up all night
Yeah.
Yeah.
ironing.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that because I think sometimes you think you know it better than you do because you wrote it.
Right. Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Very
I
true.
know it. And then you get there
Hmm.
and you're like, wait a minute, that's not second nature the way it feels
Yeah.
because.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
also just like, as I was thinking about this the other day, like as actors, like part of your job is to get sleep. Like you need to get sleep so that as narcissistic as it sounds, you as the actor serve the project by looking and feeling your best the next day so that you're giving a good performance. You're crying as much as you can. Your face is as pretty as it can be. Because there's been some ones where like I've been the producer and I've gone back and watched the movie and I'm like, and it's not even like I look bad and I feel bad about myself. It's like I'm not serving the project by not getting sleep and not
Hmm.
looking my absolute best because now you've got this exhausted looking woman in every scene who's
And
who's playing a character like that. You're not helping the project at that point. Not that my beauty is the only thing I bring. However,
it's 75%.
it's 75 solid percent, people. Look at this face. But it's important to like be able to set aside and like do the work of learning your lines and the lip syncing ahead of time so that on the
Yeah.
day, yeah, like I think I'm finally learning that lesson.
Yeah.
What was your shooting schedule?
Principal, we did 12. We shot 12 out of 13 days. Principal photography.
Mm-hmm.
Our lead actress was out of Atlanta, and we shot here in Louisiana. So we had to get everything with her done in those 12 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and the guy who plays the boyfriend both live in Shreveport, Paul. And so we were able to do 4 days outside of Principal. That was like, remember there's a song with me and Paul.
Just
Oh,
phenomenal.
the key song,
Right. The
the
key
peak
song.
moment.
Yeah, so we had to do that in pickups. That was a whole day
Okay.
that we spent
Okay.
together.
Oh. And
Yeah.
did you do it like 5 and 5, like 5 days, 2 days off, five
We,
days,
we
two
did
days off?
no, we did 6 on, one
6? Okay.
off, and then another 6. And our one off
Okay.
was literally 24 hours. Just because of the availability of the
Yeah.
location,
Oh yeah. Yeah. You gotta
Wow.
you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. And so I know like the big difference is how long it takes to make it, but like was there a big jump in like producer brain, actor brain from doing the short version to doing the feature version? Like was it harder to do that short verse, or harder to do the feature versus the short because there's so many more mechanics going on for a feature?
Yeah, the short was harder because I learned those lessons. It's like you were just
The first
talking
Oh,
time.
about, Natalie. Like
yeah.
I've done that. I've like acted in something I was directing in short film and like realized, oh, I wrote these scenes and I don't know them because I've been
Right.
directing and producing and not preparing to be in the scene. And hey, what are we doing if what we're putting on screen is not trying to be the best that it is?
Hmm.
Yeah.
As filmmakers, it is all so important that our writing be on point and that our planning be on point. But man, performing needs to be on point. And so I started being aggressively selfish about that. And I told everyone involved on the production team, I was like, look, on these days when I'm singing and dancing, like, let's have it all worked out because that's what I'm concentrating, on those days.
Yeah.
And everyone was really supportive in that way.
I think we've
Aggressively
gotten
selfish.
better over time. Yeah,
Yeah,
aggressively selfish. I like that.
I love that.
Our first one, Imaginary Friends, we did everything. I mean, we didn't
Yeah.
direct it. We don't direct. We're just going to put that back out there.
No.
But we did everything on that. And that was the one where, something happened in the middle. We lost an actress going into our second day after a full day of shooting. We lost an actress and I was up doing costuming. So I was the one who knew. And I spent the rest of the evening trying to find another actor. Meanwhile, trying to finish costuming as well, and came into set with like 2 hours sleep. And Tara, same thing. Tara got up early, and we were just like, after that, we were like, okay, we're allowed 2 hats. We're not allowed.
Yeah.
We're not allowed 3 hats on a set now. So then, when we made Social Anxiety, our last one, I did costuming, but I handed it off while I was on set because I was
Yeah.
the lead in that one. And then, but I got all the prep work done for that one. And then Tara produced, but didn't. But I don't remember. Somehow we lightened that load, and I don't remember what it was.
Not that's the one where I learned the lesson on, where I
Oh,
was
okay.
like really run down sleep wise, and like it's hard for me to be aggressively selfish because it feels bad to not go, I got it, I can take care of that, I can take care of
Yeah.
that. Like that's really hard for me, and like I'm learning that lesson still, but that's the big
It's
one.
it's another price point though too.
It is.
It's
It
hard to
is.
go aggressively selfish because you're also then going, okay, well, I need another human here, and
Yeah.
that's another person I have to pay. Whereas I know, I mean, that's always the costuming. I'm like, I know I can do it, and I can do it really well. So I'll take that task on. I like doing it too, but it's not. It's selfish in my It's like selfish for different reasons. I need to be aggressively selfish as an actor, not necessarily aggressively selfish as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
as a filmmaker, I want to do this part and I want to do that part and I want to do this part. But as an actor, I need to not do those other things.
Yeah. I mean, I think the actors that we all know and love who also direct and produce, they have teams of people,
Right.
helping them. Like it's
Yeah.
very, very difficult to do all those things on your own.
Someone's driving them to set. Someone,
Yeah.
like all those little things we take for granted, that someone's making their lunch.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
gosh,
things,
yes.
the things you need to do just to survive. Like
Yeah.
Mel Gibson is a great director actor. Like he can bounce off of, like, you don't realize that it's him directing. Like sometimes you can tell that someone is not getting feedback on the other side, like I
Yeah.
think he does a great job. However, that he has the team built around him so that it is doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be impossible at that level to do more yourself because they're
Yeah.
barely able to do it with help
Yeah.
at that level.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard. Us indie filmmakers casting ourselves is a challenge for sure.
I with this team of people that I work with here, I really let them know over the years that, like, hey, I'm not just trying to be in all my films, right? Like early on, I was like, hey, no one's gonna give me a chance. I gotta write stuff for me to be in, right? Like I think a lot of us feel that way. Like if you won't put me in, I'll put me in my own thing. But then eventually, I started seeing like, oh, my performance wasn't as good there because I was worried about writing and directing. So the next time I worked with those same people, they were like, "Oh, you casting yourself for this?" I was like, "No, I think I'm just gonna work on directing, and I'll have actors, for this one." Oh, okay. And I think with that team of people, it showed them like, "Hey, I'm not just about me being on
Yeah.
screen. I'm about we make the best story and we make the best film. So, part of that is having a team of people who trust you and
Mm-hmm.
are able to recognize that you want what's best for the whole project.
Do you have one hat that you like wearing more? Like, do you prefer acting, directing, writing?
Yeah, I like when I
It
got
doesn't
into
sound like
this.
it.
Well, when I got into this, it was like directing. I was
Okay.
like, I'm gonna be a
Okay.
director. But you can't just roll off the couch and be a director. Like you really got to learn the craft.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what led me to acting. It was really out of necessity, helping someone make their short film here, and they're like, "Chris, will you act in it?" And it just turned out I loved it. But now it's like it's hard to pick, Natalie. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah, you didn't sound like it. It sounds like you just like making content. You like making films. You like
Hmm.
bringing art to life. Is what it
yes,
sounds like. You're a filmmaker first, and whichever role that takes is what it sounded like.
yeah, 100%. I mean, seeing a project through as a director to go from like all you have is a blank piece of paper if you wrote it, to like now you're editing it and making choices and like golly, that process is just it's the best. And then people watch it and either love it or hate it. Like it's
Yeah.
so fun.
I gotta ask about, Natalie and I are always looking at different places to shoot that are not Los Angeles because it is wildly expensive here. How is the film community out there? Like what's the jam? How's it going? Is there a lot happening? Is it easy to crew up? Like what's it like?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're like the short film capital of the world here in Shreveport. We have a film festival that gives away a $50,000 cash prize to the best short film. It's the largest cash
Whoa.
prize.
Which one is this?
Whoa.
I need to submit.
Yes,
I'm
write
writing
write
this
it down.
down.
It's called Louisiana Film Prize. And next year y'all should come shoot here in Louisiana and ask me to help you produce it.
Oh,
And
heck yeah.
Oh, uh-huh. I'm writing that down. You all heard that.
and they give away this huge cash prize, and I think this is going to be the 14th, 13th or 14th year, and it has
Wow.
it has created this film community in Shreveport. We're like, I mean, we couldn't have got Peeping Todd done. We had 4 producers who basically worked for free, right?
Hmm.
So we couldn't have done it on such a small budget unless we were just doing it for free and like betting
Yeah.
on ourselves. I mean, that's sort of the ugly truth in independent filmmaking. The bar is so low. It's like you can get good equipment and you can make good things, but
Hmm.
you might not be able to pay yourself for someone else. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I think we're all trying to get to that point where we do pay, you know,
Yeah.
those
Where
people.
you
But
don't have to have that side job also,
Yeah. Yeah.
or 5 side jobs.
Five. The
yeah,
one. How did you get down to one instead of five?
yeah.
Amazing.
I
I'm
forgot where I
writing
was going
down.
with that, but
We were
Oh,
talking about the
the
film community out
film
there. Yeah.
community.
yeah. So now you have these pockets of film communities in Shreveport, and sort of what I call my tribe are folks that literally moved to Shreveport because they found themselves coming every year to make a short film. Like, and so
There you
like,
go.
there's literally filmmakers who
Really?
have moved to Shreveport so that they can make a short film every year and compete in this, prize competition.
Heck yeah.
That's
But
so fun. I had no idea.
yeah, but what that led to is like
I'm
now
moving
we
to
all know
Shreveport
each
now.
other. We
Yeah.
all live here.
Right.
I can call someone and be like, "Hey, are you free Thursday? We can go shoot a thing down at the whatever." And if they are,
Really? That's so
it's
exciting.
yeah.
What's rent like there? I'm gonna move to
Which
Shreveport.
is
I'm on the hunt. Like,
I mean, consider that like, around 100 short films get made just in this area every year. And like
whoa.
there's not hundreds of crew people here, there's
Yeah.
dozens of crew people here
And
that
you
are
guys just work on each other's projects.
then we
Like,
just all
that's
work on each
amazing.
other's projects
That's
and
I
incredible.
love it.
yeah.
No idea. I would never. I love that there's like this undercurrent of filmmaking in this country that like there are film festivals that you've never heard of them, but they're incredible film festivals.
Hmm.
Like not just because they bring in amazing talent, but they really put time, effort, energy, money into these incredible film festivals. And then same thing with these little pockets of communities. Like you don't realize like LA and New York aren't the only places to make movies. It's everywhere. Texas, Louisiana, like there's these pockets of filmmakers, and you just got to find your people and get in there and make friends. And like it's there. You're not limited just because you're not in one of the major cities.
I
It's
find it
so
easier.
cool. Yeah,
I've
I would
gotten
think
cast
so.
way more since I've moved out of LA than
Yeah,
when
I would.
when I was in LA.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
in Utah, some of the projects aren't some of it's like student film type stuff, but I'm doing more.
Yeah.
I'm getting to act way more often. And I think I've only been here for 2 years, but I've met and auditioned and gotten paid and I'm like, okay, but now I have my tribe as well. And I'm starting to get to a point where I could make things out here with those people and just call them up and go, hey, what do you want to do? Like, I've worked on your thing for free. Come work on my thing for free.
Hey, Alyssa.
Absolutely.
Ipso
Yeah.
abso tradesy.
Yeah. I call it trading days. Like you give me 3 days for
I
your
like
film, I'll give you
that.
3
I
days.
like it.
You know,
Yeah.
whatever
I
you
like
need.
stealing that. I'm stealing two things. I'm stealing from you: aggressive selfishness, and I am stealing trading
Trading
days.
days,
I
yep.
love that. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Trading days. I will trade days with you anytime, Chris. Trade me some days.
Great. Let's trade some days.
Chris, you can have my days for free. I'm just, you
All right,
don't
I'll
owe me
take it.
anything.
You don't owe me days. I would just take my days.
Just take my days.
Let's do it.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so as a big umbrella, do you recommend casting yourself in your own feature film? As advice to us, is this a terrible idea?
You're not going to talk us out of it. So say
No,
your
no,
honest-
no. Just say your honest truth. It's fine.
This is the
fine.
best idea you guys have ever had in your life. If I don't see you,
Thanks,
play
Chris.
every character. Every darn character is Tara and Natalie, or I'm not watching.
we could.
Oh,
we could. We might.
We've done it. We've done that before.
No,
Oh,
I mean, look,
amazing.
I'm so happy to see, in the event of in Waco, and just thought y'all were so fun and funny, and to learn that you're making your own feature film and you're doing this, like putting yourselves in it, like I love everything you said, how hard you worked on the script. The best piece of advice, and if there's a one reason why we all came together today, I think it's to like protect your performance, right? Just know you've already
Yeah.
been there. Know you're going to show up on set and not be as prepared if you didn't prepare.
Yeah.
So you got to prepare.
Start memorizing now.
Yeah,
People
I'm
are-
gonna start now.
Nobody's going to watch your movie and be like, "Wow, y'all produced really well on that day, that scene."
yeah.
Such a good
They're going to
point.
talk about what you say in the scene and your performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is 100% such good advice. Thank you. I need someone to tell me that.
They
so that I
might
can
talk
be
about the bags
selfish.
under our eyes, though. But
Maybe.
know.
Maybe, but I'm gonna be
Oh my God.
aggressively selfish and learn my lines and
I
get some
like
sleep.
it.
I like
Yeah.
it. Thank you so much. Okay.
You said-
Before we say goodbye to you, where can the people find you? Where on the grams, the internets? Where can they find Peeping Todd? When can they see it? All that jazz.
Yeah, so Peeping Todd is in our festival run right now. We're keeping our fingers crossed that we get notification from Utah very soon. I don't want to say the name of it yet.
I
but-
can't imagine. I will forever not trust that festival if they don't take you.
Okay, let's do
That
some.
is that is my thought process on that. Like
Yeah,
I
if they
was-
don't take us, they're done.
they're dead to me. They're dead to me.
Dead to me.
Well, we'll hopefully manifest that, because that would be a
Mhm.
wonderful festival for Peeping Todd. You can follow it on Instagram at Peeping Todd Movie on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at Velvety Satin. Also on Facebook at Stairway to Evans. And I do not feel like an adult when I'm saying
I'm
my
so glad we've
social
met you.
media handles.
There are people.
I've got one question here. Someone is asking if they can see the Peeping Todd short. Is that out there?
Oh yeah, the short film is on YouTube, a YouTube channel called Crafty Short Films.
Oh,
So-
you're on Crafty. Okay. Mhm.
Crafty, Crafty Short Films. If you search Peeping Todd Crafty, you should be able to find it.
Sweet.
I can't confirm. It is up there.
Okay.
And that's like, I would say the feature's 10x the short film, but if you enjoy the short film, you'll enjoy the feature for
You'll
sure.
enjoy the extra 9 X's that come with the feature.
So I do highly recommend everyone going and following the film at least,
Yes.
so that you can find out when it's in your area. And it is 100% worth the price of admission if you get it in a festival near you to go see. It is going to be a cult classic.
It
And the
is.
only thing that's going to stop it from getting a cult classic is, just that opportunity to get in front of the right people for it to like spread. But it is so good. It's
Yeah.
it's one of my cult classics now.
Oh yeah.
I do have my own cult.
100%.
Oh,
There.
thank you. We got you on
It's a
the
cult of one.
we got you on
It's a
the
cult of me.
raunchy bandwagon now.
Yeah,
Oh, so
100%.
good.
Is,
So good.
isn't the raunchiness like it's like so sophomoric that it's kind of like
It is.
sweet?
It is.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it's so
Yeah.
silly that it's
It is so, but yeah, you're correct. You're absolutely right. Why the raunchiness works is because it's like there is a weird
It's so
kind
childish.
of childish youth to it that you're just like, oh God, guys,
It's a bunch of 12-year-old boys standing around telling a joke. Like,
100%.
maybe
It's
not even
so
12,
cute.
they might be 10.
I think that's accurate. Absolutely. And that's why it works so well, is that it does have that innocence to it. So anyways, you got to see it. You got to check it out. Chris, thank you so much for giving us your time. I appreciate it. I'm so happy that we met you. I'm so happy we stumbled into your film. And I feel like we're going to continue to be friends beyond this interview experience because I like you as a person. So
well,
there's
thank
that.
you. I feel the same
Friendship
way.
forced upon you.
Care Bear
Aggressively. She's
Aggressively friended.
love. I'm shooting love out of my chest.
care a lot. We care a lot.
Well done. All right, guys, that's a wrap on Chris. Thank you so much.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, that
Holy
was
cow,
so
that was so much
fun.
fun.
And
Yeah.
also like so life affirming and also permission giving, if that makes all the sense.
Oh, I loved it. Not blowing smoke there. Like, honestly, I think it's hysterical. Now, obviously, not going to be for everybody.
No,
But
we're gonna say that it is not for everybody.
I
But
think
Natalie
if you
and I,
like South Park, then I
Yep.
think you'll love it.
You'll love it.
I do think that
You'll love it.
that's a good.
yeah, if you like South Park enough to know that they started by making a musical called Cannibal the Musical, this is for you. You're that
Yeah,
person.
100%.
You are. Yeah, it's so fantastic. Okay, all right. Let's do a little learning. Little Abbott singering.
A
Little,
little learning. So,
little corner.
we're in the Abby Singer Corner. The term of the day brought to you by Studio Binder still,
Studio
but actually,
Binder?
well, I got to tell you, because I got to the end of the alphabet and I'm back at A's. And so I had to branch out. I searched the internet, but it brought me back to Studio Binder anyway. So
It's always Studio
it's
Binder.
always Studio Binder. So the Abby Singer word term, whatever of the day, is animatic. Do you know what an animatic is, Tara?
You know what? I'm gonna go no. I'm gonna say
Okay.
I think I know what it is,
Yeah.
but I think we're gonna be honest and say I don't.
So a string of storyboard images edited together with sound to illustrate how a sequence will flow in the movie. So it's basically, I think Ash was doing these.
Yeah,
With like you take storyboard images and you piece them together with sound or voiceover or whatever to give a feel of the timing, and instead of just like a piece of storyboard that's sitting there, that you don't. And storyboard, if anybody doesn't know that, is the visual images to show what the camera is going to see in each part of the story. So you piece them all together. Now they take those and then they just loosely animate it. I mean, you're making
Yeah.
a slideshow to timing, basically. There might be the Zoom. You might get those. And there are programs out there that do that. I don't know them. I didn't get that far in my research
your
for this.
research.
I didn't think about that part.
Yeah.
But I do think that's interesting because sometimes, especially comedy, musicals,
Yeah, you need
to
that
think that
timing.
like I always do it like I end up doing way more storyboards the very few times that I do storyboards. I do way more than I need because I switch back and forth for like the lines. I'm like, no, it's punched in here, and it's like this line, it should be this framing. But I guess with an animatic that would lend to that more. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no, by now we've reached this point. I don't know.
Okay. I can also
a
see like
Zoom.
in the case of May I Put You on Hold, like the animatics were so important for her and the DP, like because there were so many weird camera things that were happening. Like there's a shot that circles around, there's a shot that goes into the lead character's mouth. There's like all this stuff that's happening that like you gotta like show it doing it
Right. And if you're
physically.
watching, if you're making a storyboard traditionally, you do put arrows on like for the camera
Right.
movement and stuff like that, but it always just
Yeah.
it doesn't serve it, and it does not serve timing. You know, like,
Right. Yeah.
so if what you're trying to with comedy, or even let's say a drama where you want it to feel really slow, like you could evoke that with some music
Yeah.
and get people to get your DP, get your other team to be on board with the vibe more.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was not too far off with my
Okay.
assumptions, but again, I was making assumptions. I didn't actually know.
Now you know.
Now I know. All right, before we head out for the day, I'm going to remind all of you that there is the super chat option out there for you. I got some super chats I'm going to thank really quick before we do this. David Faith, thank you so much. We the members of Natalientara's Quiet Army would like to tell Mr. Evans that the views are those of the Natalientara. Don't necessarily reflect the views of the opinions of the Quiet Army. That's
Wait
a
a
very
minute.
good note to
No,
Mike.
that's my cult. That's what I was saying. This
That's
is
your
my
cult.
cult. I'm making a cult classic, and it's the Quiet Army cult. Don't actually. We gotta erase that part, because people already think that the Quiet Army name. They're like, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing? As an explanation to anybody who doesn't know what's
My
happening,
cult.
Quiet Army is a pre-existing quiet group of people who are very supportive of the Natalientara situation.
Fans
who've
of
been with
Natalie and
us,
Tara are called the Quiet Army.
who've been with
Why?
us for years. Why it happened one
Lost
day.
to history.
Lost. Go watch all the Shush Shush Secret Times to find out. And then David again. Natalie is in Utah. Is now a Utah 8. Natalie is a Utah 10. What are you
I'm a
talking
Utah
about?
10 for the next 5 years until I
What
hit
are you
50, and then I'll be a Utah 4.
Stop
don't know.
that. No.
We age rapidly here. This dry air.
Oh, the dry air, it does it to you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, David Faith. Thank you for the super chats. If you are watching the show live on YouTube, the super chats are there as a way to help us raise the little funds together to help make the movie happen. We also have a PayPal account. You also could become an investor on the movie. There are many, many ways to be a part of our party that's going on. So any amount is appreciated. And just you being here listening to the show is also appreciated, because you are supporting us by being here and watching it happen.
And one more
Watching
thing,
it
you know,
go.
like there's the podcast version of it. You know, if
Yeah.
you just want to like throw non-monetary support at the show, just go download the podcast.
Yeah.
Those
Oh my
numbers count the
gosh.
same to me.
Yeah, it means
You don't have to listen to it, just download it.
Don't listen to it. Just download it. Never listen to it. Just
You don't have
put it in your phone. It's fine. It's fine. You can just sit there. Okay, next week we're going to be wrapping up our little casting situation. We're going to pull together our thoughts and feelings and our notes about marquee casting and casting ourselves. So join us next week for our wrap up episode. I also am just going to go ahead and earmark early now that we are going to take a little break in September, because we are so stinking busy
Yep.
with film festivals.
Yep.
Natalie's filming a feature film. There's a lot happening. So there's going to be a couple of episodes in September that we're going to take a break on, and we're going to gather some more information. We're working on the episodes that are coming up, and I'm pretty excited about a few of them. So stay tuned for that. But we are going to take a break coming up very soon. Very excited. I'm actually kind of excited about, we may have a wildcat episode where we talk about film festivals, and I'm kind of excited about that one. We got to talk further about that. So join us for that. Join us next week. And again, like Natalie said, if you were listening to this podcast but you didn't subscribe to it, please do, and share this with your filmmaker friends. We met Chris out of sheer luck at a film festival, and that's what we're endeavoring to do. We're trying to find as many filmmakers who have been where we want to go, who have made their first or second feature film. And the best way to do that is to share this podcast with people who are also making movies. Share it, because maybe it'll help you get on our show, and then we can interview you, and then you'll get sound bites about your film. We're trying to reach out to the community of filmmakers here, so help us out by sharing the podcast in any way you see fit. In the Instagram, you can share the clips we post out. Appreciate it in advance. Okay, guys, I think that's our week. We appreciate you joining us. I want you all to stay safe, and I want you to, most importantly, I want you to go make some movies. Don't let anybody stop you. Make the movie.
Another one in the books.
Bum, 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 bum.
Another
Wait.
one in the books.
Welcome to the Credit Key, everybody. This is the after the credits little hangout sesh we do. If it's your first time here, we're gonna talk to you directly now in the comments section. We're gonna start this. I need to start remembering to ask you so I don't just pimp you out like this. Do you have a mug today?
Do you have a mug today? I do, but you can't see it again. It's
it's so
the cutest
sweet.
part. This will make a great candle.
Yes. That's a good candle right there. I like that
how I
one.
judge my mugs. There's little flowers on it. You can't really see them. It's really sweet. But like,
I
I
like
love this
that.
little handle.
I like
this.
how low it is. The handle's very low.
It's adorable.
I love it.
It's empty now though. And someday I'll get back to making candles. When? I don't know.
Well, you're busy. I mean, it's for the best of reasons. You're making a movie.
Busy human. Yeah.
Yesterday I was at work and I kept crouching down behind the bar. I'll just to bend my knees mostly, but bend my knees and crouch down. And I had this moment. It's like, everything is just so busy. When do we all stop again? It's a lot. There's so much happening at one time. You've got more on your plate than I do, even.
Yeah, September just happens to be the busiest.
Yeah.
Well, August into September. Going back to school for Johnson Arts Center, everything's picking back up all the classes. So there's a ton to do there.
Yeah.
September is the Gig Harbor Film Festival, so that means I'm swamped with that. There's just always a lot of film festivals around this time, and then I just happen to be making a movie at the same time.
It seems like someone was asking me last night, what movies do you have in film festival right now? And I started listing them, and they're like, you have how many? I was like, yeah, that's how many movies are out doing the thing right now. And I'm trying to depending on my involvement in each one, support, be there, promote, it's because that's an important part of the filmmaking process is getting the word out about the film that you made. So it's been a lot, but it's all hey, it's all
I just submitted an application to do the social media for another film festival.
Did you really?
I did.
That's
I don't know if it's the
cool.
best idea because it's in the middle of October is the festival. And so that would be that would be two festivals butting up against each other trying to get them do their social media for that. Might be a little intense, but
I mean, if anyone could do it, you could do it.
yeah.
But I am actively looking at how to slow down a little bit in this fall because I know next year is gonna be with the movie and stuff. It's gonna be I don't think it's possible. I don't think slowing down is really an option.
No.
Yet. This life cycle.
Jack Boots said he used to go down to Shreveport all the time in the 60s.
That's fun.
He says, funny. He says, I still remember the conductor announcing our arrival at Shreveport.
Shannon's got some advice here. Wait, Jackson. Right now I'm reading it for a while, break it down and practicing my leak. Oh, good for you. Practicing now. We're both working on. I need to start learning my lines now. They're not going to change. I need to learn my lines. Shannon says, have you given any thought to using, posting, and leveraging LinkedIn for promoting We're Making a Movie episodes? That's actually a really good idea. I don't get on LinkedIn.
I've never been in a world where LinkedIn was the thing. They tried to get Pamela last year asked me, someone had recommended that we put the festival on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't see that for this particular thing. I don't mean We're Making a Movie for the festival.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like worth the time unless the goal is to get more investors was my thought at the time, because that's where you're not going to find your filmmakers over there, but you might find your sponsors. So for this, there's always that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not a good point. The group of people that you'd be trying to reach isn't necessarily
more
your filmmakers.
Business people,
the business people. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I've thought about it's crossed my mind that I should be using LinkedIn more to help my boat business, because the corporate people who might want to do corporate charters, that's where they are. But my bandwidth for another website is so low. I get into LinkedIn and it's so overwhelming. I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at here. This is the weirdest version of Facebook I've ever seen. It's not it's not structured in a way that makes sense to me.
Yeah. I meant to look at it after the festival had passed and see about
But thank you for the reminder. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a really, especially with that objective in mind. That's a really good point, Shannon. You're just full of the good ideas, Shannon.
Can't hurt, might help. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, it can take up time. That could be better. Actually, that's the only reason there's certain things we don't do is that time could be better spent
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Yeah, you and I never started Patreon because we just knew though you only get so many hours in a day and like how best to spend those hours.
We're at this point right now where we've always since we did Imaginary Friends, we had decided afterwards, once we lost all that fandom because it doesn't transfer over to your new project the same way, we decided we would start a Natalientara page, and that's why we have the Natalientara Facebook and we have the Natalientara Instagram versus one for each of our films.
Yeah.
However, we did just discuss this turns out need its own page, and
I know.
and that's
It might.
that it probably does, and we probably have to effort that and put that time in. That's a conversation for our meeting.
That's for a meeting or
next week or the week after, whatever it is.
Oh goodness. Oh gracious. So I need to write that down somewhere.
I know.
Hold on, let me write that down.
Let's write that down.
Turns out
It's the apocalypse we think.
Yeah.
Just throw all that in there.
Yeah. It's too much for a post-it note. I didn't even write the word Instagram. I just wrote the words IG, and then I'll go back and be like, what am I talking about?
In other news, if you guys are in LA or Long Beach, Tara's going to be down at Long Beach this weekend within the event of.
I will be. The Long Beach Comic-Con is happening this weekend. Saturday and Sunday. There is a film festival that goes to all the Comic-Cons now. It's called Geek Fest Film Festival. They have like a couple of rooms and a booth at the Long Beach Film Festival, and we're there. I'll be there in my flight attendant costume walking around. I'm going to get there at like, I think my plan is 10 a.m. I'm going to walk around, hand out cookies and pretzels to people, try and get them to our screening, and then I'm on a panel which I didn't know I was allowed to be on the panel. And then they posted about that I'm on the panel. I'm like, oh, I'm on the panel.
So our film doesn't necessarily quite fit in with the rest of the festival. It is geeky. So it's Geek Fest. And a lot of it is fan fiction and that kind of and fantasy. But it is mostly like, okay, stuff that you would find at a Comic-Con, like comic book, like that fantasy world. In the event of is not that it touches on that.
Yeah.
And so I submitted it with like, this is nerdy. This is, if you're a film buff, if this is your world, then like this might fit. But I seriously think we're playing in a block that they added comedy to the title so that they could slot us in. Because it is comedy and animation. And it looks like all the other films in our block are animation.
Yeah.
So they just decided that they would throw us in there because they don't have any. We might be the only comedy.
I'm choosing to be wildly flattered that they wanted to include our film, so they figured out how to include our film. I'm also thrilled that our film is in a Comic-Con situation because I'm excited about going. I'm so looking forward to it.
It was the idea of even submitting to that one was that we don't normally have something that could fit into this one.
Yeah.
And there's another film festival, the one that we were just talking with Chris about, that we won't name right now, that we could have never submitted to. We've never had anything that like possibly fell into it. And so this one was it's adjacent. It's the closest. So we're like, let's submit it.
Let's see what happens.
So, but
yeah, I'm excited.
Have been enjoying in the event of, which is silly for something we made in our living room.
It's exceeding our expectations of like what we're like no one's gonna want this. No one's gonna want this stupid project we made in your living room.
We literally finished it. We literally made it with the idea of just having something to go to Waco with.
Yeah. Yes.
And we know these people and they like us and they like our humor. Maybe they'll put it in there.
And we know this fits one of the blocks that they kind of we were like gearing it specifically to an audience.
We thought and we definitely thought we had to edit it differently in order for anybody else to like it. And then we decided we like it and the audiences like it. So
I'm excited. So I'll be down in the Long Beach Comic-Con. I'll be at the Broad Humor script reading. I don't know if you saw the email chain as well. They're doing a
You're
brunch
going to the
for
brunch,
Broad.
yeah.
I'm going to the brunch, which is it's a filmmakers only thing. But I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna go to brunch. I want to put on some white gloves and go to brunch. I just sounds. I'm going to brunch. I'm going to brunch in Santa Monica, so I feel very fancy. Yeah, I know. It feels very like. I'm hoping they have eggs Benedict. Oh,
Tara, they were supposed to ask if you wanted to do the panel.
well, here's the thing is that they did talk about that and
Yeah.
like, but it didn't seem like it was for me. It seemed
Right.
like that was another email that I wasn't a part of, and I was like, that's cool. I don't
That's for
need
the
to do all
real
this.
filmmakers.
That's literally what my thought was. I was like, oh, they don't mean me. I like read it a couple times, and it's like my interpretation by like the fifth read was like, they don't mean me. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll be there with bells on, ba 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 ba. And I think that they interpreted that to mean I'll be on the panel, which is all gravy, baby. I'm excited about being on a panel. This is going to be really fun. But like, I didn't know.
I felt the same way about the podcast that we're going to be on.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
Comic Crusaders, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Like,
uh-huh.
And this is people interviewing people about making films that belong at a Comic-Con. Like, you know.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I was like, this isn't including me whatsoever. Like, I'm not that thing. It's gonna, and I'm wearing my flight attendant costume on that panel. I do not care.
Heck yeah.
I'm excited. It's gonna
Yeah.
be a hoot. I'm gonna have to like get someone to take a picture of me up there or whatever the situation is like,
Heck
because
yeah.
I'm excited about it. It's gonna be fun. Any other exciting and fun things to report? Because you and I do have so much to do.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I think it's everything good and
No.
exciting for the moment right now. All right.
Yeah. I was going to say we're efforting a new script.
Oh, super
But
off the record.
It's so off the record. We can't even talk about it
We
yet.
can't even fully talk about it because it's one of those ones that could get stolen from us legitimately, and we're not letting that happen.
No, but
So no one's. We're going to talk about it in such massive code because I don't think we should ever talk about it publicly until it's a lock.
I'm gonna say this is the little bit of like the incognito log line for it. It's no, I would say that the synopsis is we're taking a cult classic movie and making a fan parody of it, basically. Not a parody. It's not a parody.
No.
It is, but it lives in the world of some other piece of fiction that from the 90s.
And we finally have the technology. we came up with this idea 7 years ago.
At least, yeah.
At least. And we've hung on to it because like we weren't good, we weren't as strong writers as we are now as for films. And also we knew in the writing of it, we wrote the first 6 pages and we knew that the technology wasn't there yet. And we knew someday we would have that technology. And that day has come.
And that we would know someone or that it was a possibility. But also we did sit down and read the first, we found the first 6 pages and we read them aloud and
they were
laughed
good.
the entire
They were good.
time. So
I was proud of.
We're excited.
I am so proud of 7 year ago Natalientara. We're good.
We were funny. I mean,
it's rough.
It's
rough,
really
but
rough.
It's rough. There's some weird misspellings
Format
in there.
issues
Oh my god! But I'm proud of us.
The comedy was there.
But the important thing is there, and it rocks. It rocks. It's yeah. Anyways,
So
that's
I'm
happening.
already shying away from the where I said I never want to make another feature again.
I tricked her. Anyways.
All right, we better wrap it up.
Yeah, we gotta go. Thank you guys so much for joining
guys.
us. We'll see you next week. We'll keep you guys posted on our weeks off, so you guys are emotionally prepared to miss us.
Jackson,
For
good
2
luck with your
weeks.
short.
But Jackson, good luck.
Good luck, yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you guys later. And in the stream now.
Bye.